The following is a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. For more information, please visit our website at dallasgenealogy.com.
I'm going to record this since we're going to do a presentation. All right. We kind of left off with, I think, Andrew Cole or the Cole family. And when I got on to check and see what it would look like today, these little blue icons, which means they're finding stuff on Family Search, the only one person that had a blue icon was Victor. And now a lot of them have the little blue dot. But I'm going to go to Victor because I want to show you where it will actually take you when you click on the blue icon in the upper right-hand corner. It takes you basically to a tree that somebody has put on Family Search. Father, mother, spouse, full name, which I don't have, but anyway, if you right mouse click on that and say open in a new window, it will open at Victor. But if you scroll down, it has more information on him, including his parents. And you can do a right mouse click on his dad and open a new tab. And as you scroll down, you see a lot of information that somebody has already found on this person. 1880 census, 70, 80, 1900, 1910. His parents. Oh, and somebody's been nice and actually put pictures out. But one of the things I wanted to show, besides the fact that there are details about this guy out there, is if you scroll to the bottom and look at the bottom where it says Family with Sources. If you click on that, it'll open in a new window, but it opens in a PDF file, which is Acrobat Reader. This is 12 pages of information. I don't recommend printing it, but you can download it. And it has, this is basically a family group sheet, the first few pages. But then you get into the good part, the sources. It will give you the URL for a lot of what they have out there. So like we only had on, oops, wrong person. We only had, I think, on him, maybe the 1900 census. Well, this is going to give us the 1850, 70. It's going to give some death records, find a grave link, 1910. We already have the 1900, but that's just on this first page. And this is 3 of 12. It basically gives you the sources on everybody that's on that family group sheet. So as you go down, you're going to find information on the different people, like the mom. Anyway, to work this, unfortunately, they're not live links. So you have to copy the URL. You can highlight it and do a Control-C for copy. Then you want to paste it up where the web URL goes. And if you click on it, it takes you to the first sheet of that particular census. This is 1970. 1870, and this is with his parents. So if I want to view the original document, oh, you don't have to do that. You just click on view the original document. It will open in a new window. And sometimes this is nice because if you can't really figure out what the census is saying, you can go back to the other page. But in this case, he's about halfway down. Well, where are they? There they are. This is pretty clear to read, so you can be able to work with it. So I'm going to download this, but instead of putting Andrew J., I am going to put Isaac Cole because that is the head of household. And it's the 1870 census. And the other thing I like about Family Search is it tells you right here what census you're looking at or what record you're looking at. And they don't tend to have a problem like Ancestry does of putting up weirdo information up there, because I have had census records that will say they are Swedish church records and they're the 1980s or the 1880 census in the United States. I don't understand how they're getting that so messed up, but it happens all the time. All right, and I'm going to save that record. Oops, I probably saved it in the wrong place. Yes, I did. So I want to move it to over here. Oops. Where'd it go? Well, maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. Okay. I can't spell. Well, I keep doing that. It's too automatic. So I'm going to come over here because that census was, gave me his father. I'm going to click add father, and it was Isaac. And a male. Notice as soon as I put that in, that the space over here changes so that I can add the birth and information over here. So, oops. I didn't like that. Something went wrong. Okay. He was 62 and 70, so that makes him born in 1808. And actually, if you look down here, that will tell you the abstract that they read. Sometimes most of the time I get it right, but occasionally they get the information wrong. That's why I like to look at it up here as well. So he was born in 1808 in South Carolina. And now I'm going to go over to Person tab because I need to add a new fact, the residence. And this is 1870 census, and they were in, what did I say, Union. Louisiana. And I'm going to add a new source. I'm going to see if I already have 1870 in there. I do not, so it definitely is a new source. I'm going to click on New. I'm not going to use their source templates. I'm just going to put in 1870 United States Census. Click OK. And click OK. And now right here under citation detail, I put Isaac Cole. Oh, I misspelled that. I can't even spell. And Union Parish, Louisiana. Louisiana is the only state that has parishes. They have Louisiana-based law. And it's different. You have to be aware of that if you're working in Louisiana. I'm going to add new media by clicking on the Media tab, Attach New Media. Now, this is attaching media to the source instead of to the person. And just a minute. I'm going to show you where it shows up because it will be in different spots. Okay, while that, I just added that. So I can add it very quickly, use existing source, and it's automatically highlighted. If you had a bunch, this is very important. If you had like 100 1870 census in your list already, keeping it highlighted is important because you can just go link to citation and just go right down your list of names. Oops, I didn't do that right. And it would stay, it stays there until you're through. Let me fix his name. I know. Andrew is there. So I'm going to do over here, use existing source, link to citation. Here's his place of birth, use existing source, link to citation. Now, there's a lot of other names on that record as well. Mother was Sarah. We don't know last name. She was born in 1810 in Georgia. So we're going to add the mother. As soon as I click OK, this changes to her. So I can put 1810, Georgia. And I think it's Alt Shift S, all held down at the same, that didn't work. Oh, it's Control Shift S. We'll bring up that same window so you can go here. If you don't ever have to use your mouse, the more you can do with keystrokes, the faster your data entry goes. And I'm going to come back over here. They had a daughter or a child, Elizabeth, born in 45 in Alabama. And you add a child by clicking down here. And as soon as you hit OK, it's going to move you over to your other space. Control Shift S, enter. Control Shift S, enter. It's Elizabeth. Emily was born in 47. We're going to go to Control Shift S. There. Alabama. And I think Andrew was the next kiddo. Yeah, and then they had a son. No, that's not a son. That's a servant. So that gets him entered very quickly. And I got that information from using this family group sheet information on Andrew. Here it is in 1850. I'm going to copy that by doing a Control-C. Come back over here. Oops. Come back over here. Paste, enter. There's the 1850. And look how many children they had. I had one the other day I was working on. The lady had over a 30-year time span, like 20 children. She was having children from 1822 to 1852. And when I saw that, I'm like going, and she wasn't dead. She outlived her husband. So, you want to, those type of things. That lady was hardy person. Anyway, click on View Original Document. And enlarge it till you find the kiddo. And it's going to be about halfway down because that's what. And look how much of this, they had a big family by then. So I'm going to download this. I'm going to move this so I can see this information. But this is again Isaac. Family. Oh, I need to make sure I change the folder here. Oh, I misspelled Isaac. I'm not going to use that. 1850 census. And this is in Tuscaloosa. And one of the reasons I want to be able to see this is it's hard to spell. Some counties have real unusual names. I can say that, but I can't always spell it. And I'm going to save that record. And come back over here to Isaac. And, before I do that, I'm going to take this record because I want it on all the people that it's on. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Hit the wrong button. I'm going to right mouse click on it and say copy. I can go to Sarah and come down here and do paste. And I can select the people that were on it with her and click OK. And now that shows up on all of the kids. 1970 census. So now I'm going to add on his another residence. Oops, wrong thing. Add another residence for 1850. Tuscaloosa. And the thing that's nice about Family Tree Maker is they do have a database that already has a lot of places in it. So you can not have to type everything. This is a new source. It's actually going to be a new source because we have not done 1850 yet. Oops, I don't want it there. The reason I don't use templates is because they don't bleed over very well when you're trying to, if you just copy something out and want to share it with somebody that's got a different kind of software other than whatever software you're using, they don't do very well when they migrate. So I tend not to try to do that. And it's Tuscaloosa. See, I can't spell it. C-A-L-O-O-S-A. And I'm going to click on media, attach new media. And there's the 1850. Open. Okay. Now I wanted to show you while we're here real quick. Right here, there's a media button. The reason those census records aren't showing up there is this is the media that would be actually attached to him. So if we put a picture in here of him, this is where it would show up. The things that are attached to this census record, which we're going to come up here and attach to these other places. Note that changed to 2 because there's now 2 sources on that name and stuff. Anyway, but if you come over here and look at the scrapbook over here, that media will show up. This scrapbook on the tree screen of the people workspace shows all the media that's attached to him, whether it be to a source or him as an individual. So don't freak out if you don't see media on the other page, because that happened years ago to somebody. They're going, where's all the source stuff? It's because it doesn't show up there. Anyway, so we're going to go back over here, and Sarah's there, Elizabeth's there, Emily's there, and Andrew's there. And I'm going to scroll back up here in just a minute. This census was taken in October. Okay. So I'm going to come back over here. Yep, I did it again. Just go over here. And pick Sarah. Come back over here. And I'm going to do use existing source on her name and her birth date. And on all these what's it doing? I don't know what this is doing. What is it doing? Oh, something else is wrong. I linked the wrong thing. I don't know what I did. 1850. This is 70. Open. Okay. All right, they've done something hokey pokey here. Okay. No. All right, Family Tree is doing something weird, and I don't know what it is. All right, something weird happened. And that's a problem with Family Tree Maker because that happens all the time. I have stuff linked weird, and I don't know why it's that way. That one already had the 1850 there. Okay, there's Elizabeth. Yes. Yes, now it's working out. Use existing. I don't know why I'm getting that error message. I've never seen that happen before. Well, I'll have to fix this somehow later. Oops, cancel. Because I'm going to have to figure out what it's doing. I don't have time to do that. Okay. But the thing is, I can go over to sources. I'm just going to unlink everything. Okay, that one's already done. So I'm going to go to this media, click on new. And this one's the 71. Let's see if this fixes it. I'm over here, media, new, 50. That's right for him. All right, I think that may have fixed it, but I hope. So now we've got to add the other kiddos. Let me move back to here. So we're going to add a kid. And if you want to make this window bigger, you can hover over that top line. And when your mouse becomes a line with an arrow on each end, you can hold your left mouse click that and raise it so you can see more information. And that's as far as it will go. So I can't even see the whole family because there's so many kids. But that moving it just a little bit allowed me to do that. So William D. was born in 1829. Good grief. Male, enter. And it automatically will take you to the birth date field. So 1829. And he was, all these kids were born in Alabama. So I'm going to do a Control Shift S. You have to press those keys down all at the same time. And it's back to doing it again. That's weird because it's saying there's two pictures there and there's not. Okay, anyway. Next kiddo, Martha C., 1831. There's another way to do this, which we are going to explore after I add the rest of the kids. Nancy S. was 33. You can move this line in Family Tree Maker by hovering your mouse just between that, well, actually there's three dotted lines, a little dotted line right there. You can resize this because we know we're going to have a lot of kids. So now I can add another child easily. Mary E. in 34. And I have a setting turned on where it will automatically sort the children in their birth order. If that does not work, well, I have it on. See this little icon right here that's got an arrow going up and an arrow going down? If you have that clicked, it will automatically sort the kids in the birth order. So you're not having to do it manually. The next one is Sarah in 35. And Henry in 40. Oops, yeah, it doesn't like that. Elizabeth in 42. James P. in 44.
Teresa,
Yeah.
there are two Elizabeths. There were.
Yeah. Oh, she was already entered. Oh, good. It lets me show you how to do that.
The birth years are different.
I know, but it's on different census records. I'll show you how to merge two people. So that might be okay. I did James and Emily. Oh, Emily will dupe too. No, I didn't do Emily. That's Emily. John S. is 47. Now, this Emily was born in 46, and her middle initial was P. So I'm actually going to come up here and change her. Oops. Change her. Put a P in here. 1846. Fix that. And now I'm going to take Elizabeth and change this birth year to 42. And when I did that, it says, is this Elizabeth Cole, the same Elizabeth Cole, child of Isaac Cole and Sarah? And I can simply click yes right here. This window will come up. It'll ask me what I want to keep. This one has 2 sources, and this one has 2 sources. Why it has 2 sources, I don't know. I've got to look at that. And I can click. Oh, I know why. Okay. And if I were to look at her sources, both the 70 and the 50 are there because I merged those sources together. It automatically put her in the right spot in the group of people. If that didn't pop up through the person menu, there is a way of merging 2 specific individuals. So like if you have 2 Marys and you don't have last names and you know they're the same person, you can still merge them. It may not hit because you have no birth date on them or anything. So you can do that. All right. One of the things I noticed while I was looking at the census, you want to actually look at the census. I'm going to make this go away. So you notice who is right above Isaac Cole. There is a William Cole right above him. I'm going to take a wild stab and say that's the parents of Isaac. They're living next door. They're old enough to be his parents. William was born in South Carolina. So was Isaac. Martha is unknown. But I'm going to go back to this. They're saying that's a different name. I think it's somebody transcribed that wrong. Anyway, that might be the parents. We won't put that in. All right, that's 1850. And I'm going to show you how to link the other people that we didn't get on that source with that source easily. I'm going to take this one before I do that and do a right mouse click and copy it. Go up to Sarah. Oops, down here and do a paste. And all the kids, you just check them. And in one fell swoop, they're on everybody. That fact is on everybody. And that census will show up on everybody simply because you've attached that link. However, if you want to actually source it, let me go down to go over sourcing, 1850. You can go to links and see who all is linked on it. Here's the 1870 links. So for 1850, you want to add all the people that are missing. Elizabeth is there. Emily's there. Henry is not there. So I'm going to click on him and click on this. And then, do one thing at a time. Click on his birth date. Come on. Oh, add. Go back to Henry. Add his name. There should be 3 entries for everybody. There's James P. So I want to add more to him on his birth date. His name. Martha's on all of them. Sarah William. This Sarah isn't. So, well, Mary E. So this is a way around that problem I was having. I don't know why it was doing that. It's not doing it over here. As with most things, there's more than one way to do everything. So just remember, if you get in a pickle with something, you can get around it doing it another way. That actually takes longer to do, but since I was having that problem, I think everybody's done.
John S.
Where did you see? Oh, I missed him. Thank you. Where is he? There he is. Like I said, they had a bunch of kids. And you know something? This probably isn't all of them, because if you look at the dates of birth, there may be one more in there. I mean, some she had like one a year. So she could have had more children than what shows up there. That's a lot of kiddos. Anyway, go back over to your information on Andrew Jackson Cole, and they've got Andrew Jackson Cole. That was 7050. This is a Louisiana death records. I want to tell you that a lot of these records are also available on Ancestry. However, this is free. Use them first. I mean, why did it go there? Oh, I didn't get the right thing. Oh, here it is. Save the wrong thing. Oops. This names his, this is a son's death information, Samuel Garfield. So we're going to go back to the tree for Andrew. This record has his name of Jackson. And this name for Sam is Samuel Garfield. And the mother, I'm going to say her maiden name is Erie. died in 29 June 46. In Marion Union Parish, Louisiana. And if I could actually pull the death record, which I can't because I'm not at a family history center. But if you're nice, you can probably send an email to the Dallas Public Library and they will get it for you. You send an email with this link in it and ask them if they will pull this for you. And the email is genealogy@DallasCityHall, I think, .com. Anyway, they can actually pull it for you. He was born approximately 1881, which we already have a little more information than that. And that his wife, he had a wife, Maddie N. We're not going to add that right now because I want to come back up here. I'm going to add a source. It's new because I don't think I have Louisiana. Nope. I am going to copy this string. And that is what I'm going to paste in the new title. And I'm going to come down here and put that it's from FamilySearch.org. Click OK. And I'm going to put Samuel G. Cole. These are death records. I don't really have to say any more than that, unless you want to put the parish or county, whatever the case may be, and click OK. I'm not doing this right. While that's selected, I'm going to put it on all of his information. Something's going on with this database. And the name of his parents. And I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to come back over to sources and look at it. I did not link that. That's automatically getting linked to stuff. Okay. Next thing down is Andrew Jackson Cole's Find a Grave Index on Family Search. So I'm going to copy that, paste it over here. And it does give you some information here, but if you actually go to Find a Grave, it will give you a lot of other information that may or may not be correct. So you want to be careful when you do that. So here's Andrew Jackson Cole, 1 May 50. Oops. So I'm going to come back over here to him. I was looking at something to see. See, it's done something weird. I'm going to do a customized view for this area alone. I'm going to stick burial over here, not the capitalized one, just this one. And I'm going to put it down underneath the death information. When I click OK, that burial information comes here. This comes in really handy when you're working a lot of cemetery information because you don't have to go to the person tab. So now it's 1 May 50 over here. The death is 5 November 21. And the burial place is in Marion Union. And I think you put Concord Cemetery down here. However, I'm going to go to places and see if that's actually going to put it in the right place.
That's South Louisiana. Union. That's South Louisiana there.
Yeah.
Marion is in North Louisiana.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how it's doing this. That's Lake Charles.
Yeah.
Here's the Union. There's Marion. And it doesn't need to be fixed, but what I wanted to look for, it didn't do it. So what I'm going to do, go back over here, because I will need to figure out how to do this to make it work the way it should. So I'm going to cut this from here, put it up here. No, just that one. Then come back over here. Well, why didn't it? Oh, if I click that right there, it will come over here and it will allow me to pop Concord Cemetery in this other field. And other databases will read that correctly. Other software's databases will read that correctly. And you can replace. It keeps it looking the same, but for some reason, the place authority likes it. And now that Concord Cemetery shows up down here. So if you have a lot of cemeteries in one county, it still handles it because there are areas that it's rather numerous. Note that there's no place for that because it didn't have it. Now, one of the things that when I use Find a Grave, I quit using it as a source anymore. I'd rather have no source so that I know I have to go find a real source. Find a Grave is good for a lot of stuff, but it's not a definitive source. Even a gravestone marker can be wrong. I have one cousin that I know is off by 10 years on the death date, not the birth date. The stone was done after the fact, and whoever had it made really messed up bad. Anyway, we're nearing 4 o'clock, so we will, this is where we'll pick up with this Find a Grave information, because I am going to go on and enter everything that from this page, because it gives me great information that I can then go back and get other records for. And sometimes if you have the information there, you get the rest of the information. You can find it then once you have those dates. You can find it on Family Search. You can find it on Ancestry. You can find it in a lot of different places once you get the dates there, because then it will read it, the data that's there. So that's the way I would start since I got to this, because there's Isaac and there's all this information. And there is a way of downloading a pretty good resolution of these pictures if you need to. Somebody remind me next time to show you how to do that. I'll make a note.
This has been a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. If you're already a member, thank you. If you're not a member, please consider joining now by going to dallasgenealogy.com and clicking on the membership tab. Your membership dues will help us support the genealogy section of the Dallas Public Library, and it will allow us to continue our education and preservation efforts.